Hello everyone, I'm Mohammad Rajamia, Managing Director of TCL Global. Welcome to Facebook Live. I hope you are well and safe. I have a guest with me, Aditya from Queen University Belfast. Aditya is an Outreach and Partnership Manager. Thank you very much, Aditya, for joining us today. Really appreciate your time today. And I hope the audience will find very useful this session. We'll try to answer your questions. Who already joined, please drop your questions. I will try to answer them. And please don't forget to share this session. Thank you, Aditya. So it will be nice to have from you that some overview about the Queen University Belfast.
Hi everyone. As Mahmoud Mia has told you, I'm the Student Outreach and Partnerships Manager for the whole South Asia for Queens. Queens is a very reputed brand. It has got a great legacy of more than 170 years. We are a research intensive university, and we are part of the very prestigious Russell Group, which is group of top 24 research intensive universities. We also stand tall for the researcher in the research excellence framework. We are just one step back from Oxford University, and in terms of our history, we are the ninth oldest university. And in terms of research in UK, and in terms of research intensity, we stand on number 8 in the whole UK. So we have got three faculties. Yes, we have got three faculties. The first faculty that I would like to discuss about here is the Arts, Humanities, and Social Science. And then we have got another faculty which is medicine, Dentistry, and Life Sciences. And then we have got another faculty which is Engineering and Physical Sciences.
Okay, understood. So it will be nice to actually go to for short presentation, from you. Yeah.
Yes.
So please share the screen.
Yeah, sure. I hope it's visible to all.
Yeah. Okay. It's fine. We can sit down. Yeah.
So I'll start from the very beginning. This is
Yep.
our famous red brick building. This is called Lanyon Building, which is the prestige of Belfast. So Queen's University Belfast is actually based, as the name suggests, it's based in Belfast, which is the capital of Northern Ireland, which has got a very unique geography with seaways and airways. It's connected with the rest of UK, and with land, it has got a great connectivity with the Republic of Ireland. I'll just start with a very nice video here, which will actually give you a great sense of Belfast.
Okay. Okay.
Belfast is beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah. So I'll give you a brief about our heritage.
Yeah.
So we are found in 1845. We are the ninth oldest university, as I mentioned, in the whole UK. We have got 23,000 students across the university, and we've got 3,700 staff. And we, as I've mentioned, we stand on number eight in terms of research intensity in the whole UK. Now, here goes the research excellence framework. Out here, you can see University of Oxford. That's the third last, and
Mm.
and then there's just one step is the London School of Economics and Political Science, and then
Okay.
there goes Queen's University Belfast. So you can see that we are just one step away from, in terms of research intensity, from the University of Oxford. And there goes our academics. These are our three famous faculties. First is Arts, Humanities, and Social Science. Second, Engineering and Physical Sciences. Third is Faculty of Medicine, Health, and Life Sciences. The prominent schools that we have. These are what I've mentioned, but I would say my favorite ones are School of Law and Queen's Management School. So Queen's Management School, when there was a survey in 2016 among the whole Russell Group management schools, then Queen Management School that actually stood on number one in the whole Russell Group. Yeah. And if I talk about South Asian demographics, and I would say prominently about, if I talk about Bangladesh, then students mostly they are going for engineering and physical sciences, where we have got great grip in the engineering fields such as mechanical and aerospace engineering, and then we have got electronics and electrical engineering. We have got chemical engineering, and you can even go for a chemistry. You can even go for a chemistry BSc, and or even if you want to go for masters, we do have that as well. And then we have got psychology. So these are the prominent courses that we can go for. And if I talk about medicine, so we have got a faculty of named Medicine, Health, and Life Sciences. We have got medicine bachelors, and we have got nursing and midwifery. We have got bachelors and masters both, and then we have got pharmacy and pharmacology. For dentistry in the whole UK, we stand on number two, and for medicine as well, we are among the top 10.
Okay, if I please interrupt you here about the
Yes, please.
medicine and dentistry. So, is open? Is there any certain quota for international students? And
Yes,
yeah, yeah,
yes, please.
yeah. And is there for the first year? Is there any foundation year for the medicine and dentistry at the moment?
Yeah, so that's a very interesting question. So for medicine and dentistry, we our requirements are a little high, but
Mm,
not unachievable without any doubt. So the requirements for medicine and dentistry, I would say, for IB students or for IGCSE students,
mm,
for A levels, I would say.
mm,
So those students, if they have got good grades, for example, let's say IB has got, if somebody has got 666, or overall they have got 36, or the A levels, if students overall have triple A, then
mm.
they can easily go for our medicine course.
Yeah,
And there's no foundation course required for both these for both these boards. But if a student is from Bangladesh board, then
mm,
on that note, if student is interested to go for medicine, then
mm.
that's also possible. Student can go through our foundation into program 1 year,
Okay,
and then straight up go to our medicine first year.
okay, fantastic. Thank you, Aditya.
Yeah. And then here it is. This is, you can say, this is a top geographical map of UK. Here we
Mm,
are, Belfast. You can say it has got a very unique geography, as I mentioned. So this
mm,
is with seaways and with
mm.
airways. It's connected with the rest of the UK. We are just 1 hour away from away from London. You can say
Yeah.
it's comparable to the flight time from Dhaka to Chittagong, maybe.
Mm,
And then with land, it's connected with Republic of Ireland. So
mm,
Belfast has actually emerged as a pharmacy and technology hub, and we are counted among the top ten future economy cities.
okay.
And this is the famous Titanic Museum. So if you guys don't know, Belfast is actually the birthplace of Titanic. So you can see it's very tall. It's actually 12-story tall. So Titanic was actually this high. So all
Mm,
these four vertices. So these vertices are as high as they are like pretty much identical to
mm.
that of the real Titanic.
Yeah.
and it's the home of Game of Thrones as well. So whosoever is a big Netflix fan here, so 80% of Game of Thrones that was actually shot in Belfast. So you can actually relive those moments. So you can even go for Dark Edges, and you can even go for Causeway Coast, and again enjoy those moments again. This is the famous Causeway Coast we have. So we have I got a very interesting fact. There was a survey conducted by Lonely Planet, and Belfast as well as Causeway Coast combined. They actually stood on number one in terms of tourism and culture in the whole world.
Okay.
This is the famous city museum we have. And the prime things about Belfast is it's the second safest country in the whole world according to UN crime stats, and in the whole UK it's actually the safest. And
Oh,
if I talk about Mercer, then the lowest cost of accommodation out there in UK, that's there in Belfast.
I think it's very, very important. Many points for the, especially for South Asian students. The living cost. If it is and the lowest as well as the safest. I think it's very good.
Exactly, exactly. So I completely agree with your point because in terms of cost of accommodation, when students are actually trying to bear that cost of accommodation through their part-time jobs, so
Mm,
those students can easily achieve or make up to their living cost
mm.
just by working 20 hours a week.
Yeah.
And cost of accommodation in Belfast is just from 500 pounds to 600 pounds. So you can easily, if you do the maths, then
Mm,
within 3 weeks, if
mm,
student is going for part-time job, then student
mm,
can actually make up to their living cost, and then
mm.
the fourth week, student can actually save that money and invest that money into their tuition fee.
Okay. Great.
Now, this is again the top view of Belfast. Now,
Mm,
why choose Queens? We are at the highly ranked Russell Group University. I'll come on to that point. And then
mm,
we have got exceptional facilities and ongoing investment. We have got quality student experience, and we get exceptional quality price ratio as well. So
mm,
rankings and employability. As I've mentioned, we are among the top 24 research intensive universities. We are a part of Russell Group. So Russell Group is actually, you can say, that the top universities who has got great research intensity. Along with that, who are actually known for providing world class education, who are known for their teaching
mm.
excellence as well. So the prominent names are Oxford, Cambridge, King's, Queens, Imperial. So we are Queens. So we are among the top 1% across the world according to QS ranking. The exact QS ranking is 173, and then in terms of research intensity, we are among the top 10. We are standing on number 8. That's the exact rank, and 94% of our students who actually complete their degree from Queen's University Belfast, within 6 months they either get job there in Belfast or all across UK or even in Europe as well. Or students, they even come back to Queens and complete their further study as well.
Okay. Great.
Yeah. So I think right these days it's a big fugazi made by students that they're not getting jobs. So just to get rid of that so-called doom situation, we have got
Mm,
great industrial linkages. As you can see, we are working among the top. You can say among the top Fortune 500 companies. We are working with Goldman Sachs. We are working with Barclays. We are working with KPMG. We are working with Deloitte. We are working with MetLife. So whichever company we choose, that's actually the top notch.
okay.
Yeah. And then exceptional learning. So we have got 350 million investments currently, which is going on for labs, for improving the accommodation, for the research work, and even for improving the cutting edge technology as well.
Mm,
Now, if I talk about the PG courses, as I've mentioned, we have got arts, humanities, and social science. Three faculties we have already discussed. So these are the
mm,
prominent courses if somebody is interested to go for PG, postgraduate. So we have got executive MBA, we have got accounting, finance, we have got marketing. For engineering and physical sciences, we have got no engineering and physical sciences. These are, you can say, these are our top-notch courses, most popular ones. And why so? Because these courses actually come up with an internship year.
okay. How long
So
is it here?
yes,
Is it 1 year?
yeah.
Okay.
So if I talk about the internship courses, then
Yeah.
then these internship courses are such as the student has to pay only for 1 year, and
Hmm.
then second year they're going for a paid internship. So
Hmm.
first year they have to pay, and second year just a small token amount of 1700 they have to give to the university, and then
Hmm.
they can go for their internship, and on top of that they won't get even for 1 year, they'll get a 2 years Russell Group degree from Queens.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's good. That's really
yeah. So it actually adds on a lot in terms of return on investment, where student can actually make somewhere around 15 to 18,000 pounds.
good.
Students are working, students are getting experience,
Hmm.
and then we can actually accommodate students for various streams. They've got
Hmm.
applied cybersecurity if a student is passed out from IT or computer science background in bachelors. For mechanical engineering students, we have got mechanical engineering with management with internship again. For electronics, we have got pure electronics with internship. For
Hmm.
civil engineers, if somebody has done civil engineering, then student can go for construction project management with 1 year professional internship. And then we have got material science and engineering. If somebody has done, let's say, material science, or somebody has done mining, or like these type of engineering, then student can go for material science and engineering.
Okay, that's good.
And if I talk about medicine, health, and life sciences, we have got molecular biology, biotechnology, we've got pharmaceutical analysis, we have got industrial pharmaceutics as well. So,
Hmm.
if I talk about pharmaceutical analysis and industrial pharmaceutics, these I would say these are among the top. We are among top 5 degree providers for pharmacy, and you can find actually many Canadians who actually like Queens, and rather than studying there in Canada, leaving those prestigious universities, they even come to Queens just because of the teaching excellence.
Okay.
These are the entry requirements. So entry requirements are, uh, we require 2:1, which is, if in terms of percentage, we
Hmm.
require minimum of 60%. Or if I talk about, let's say, CGPA, out of 4 points,
Hmm.
we require 3.2 at least.
Hmm.
And that's basically for the government universities. And then for private institutions, we require 65%, and then in terms of CGPA, we require 3.2 again. And then we have got UK lower class honors as well.
Hmm.
So that is for masters we require 3 out of 4 CGPA.
Hmm.
If an applicant if a student is a 4 year bachelor's degree holder.
Okay. So here, so from Bangladesh, that means anybody wants to come for a master's, they need to have a master's if they're actually studying there, like private university. That's correct?
Exactly, that's what it is. So we
Okay.
are actually following NIREC guidelines. So
Yeah.
according to NIREC guidelines, we have got a list of universities that we are actually accepting. So
Okay.
as you can see on your screen, if I talk about the list of universities, then if somebody has done 4 years degree from
Hmm.
uh, from certain private institutions. So in general, we actually come up with so many questions.
Okay.
Whether we are accepting those questions actually vary from profile to profile. So
Hmm.
if whether we are accepting their university or not. So here's the list of universities we have. So we have got North South University Dhaka. We have got Independent
Hmm.
University Bangladesh. We have
Hmm.
got National Islamic University Chittagong. We have got
Hmm.
American International University Dhaka. We have got
Hmm.
East West University Dhaka. We have got
Hmm.
BRAC University Dhaka,
Hmm.
and we are also accepting University of Development Alternative
Yeah.
Dhaka again, and then we have got Stanford University Dhaka, and as well as we are accepting Daffodil International University Dhaka.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So these are the prime private institutions we are accepting.
Okay.
Yeah. And again, if I talk about, let's say, the supporting documentation, then the supporting documentation in general, it will remain the same. So student has to submit their transcript, their letter
Hmm.
of recommendations. A student has to go for their IELTS,
Hmm.
and along with, I'll just come to the points. We have started accepting other English proficiency tests as well,
Hmm.
and along with that, student has to provide their once they provide their transcript. and all the requisite documents, then student is good to go. And we have got no application fee, by the way.
Okay, so you mentioned that other languages test as well accepting. So is the Duolingo and the IELTS indicators or any internal test that the Queen had?
Yes. Yes, that's. I'm glad that you came to that question. So
Mm,
now we have started accepting Duolingo
mm,
as well as IELTS indicator as well. So
mm,
students, if they're facing any issue,
mm.
because of the global outbreak, IELTS is not being conducted
Yeah.
all across the world. So
Mm,
rather than waiting for pen and paper based exam, so
mm.
students can even go for Duolingo, or students can even go for IELTS indicator as well.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah. So in terms of financials, I would say Duolingo is economically it is slightly better than
Okay.
IELTS indicator. That's just my personal statement. So
Yeah.
if student is interested to go for IELTS indicator as well, student must good to go. We really accept IELTS indicator as well.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Now, if I talk about the PG scholarships,
Yeah.
then in terms of PG scholarship, I would say we are actually providing scholarships to the students. So I like to make a statement here. So
Mm,
as I've told you that
mm,
in Russell Group there are actually 24 universities, and
mm.
out of those whole 24, like we accept us, there are 23 other universities as well. So our tuition fee in the whole Russell Group, that's actually the minimum.
Okay, that's good
Yeah.
point.
So
Yeah.
we have got a minimum tuition fee. Along with that, the cost of accommodation in Belfast, that's actually the
Mm,
minimum in the whole UK. And
mm.
again, you can make up to that living cost just by working 20 hours a week.
Okay.
Yeah. Now coming to the scholarship, as I mentioned, we have got the minimum tuition fee. Along with that, we are actually providing certain scholarships as well. The scholarship range starts from £2,000 to even
Mm,
fully funded scholarship as well.
okay.
Yeah. So if the as for most of our courses for PG or even for UG as well, they actually
Mm,
vary from £16,000 to £20,000 for most, I would say. So if a course is from 16 to £20,000, we provide a scholarship of £2,000. Along with that, if the tuition fee is more than 20,000 or it's reaching to £20,000, we get £3,000 scholarship. And if a student has achieved has done enormously well in his life. If
okay.
there are many achievements, the
Mm,
student can actually make a 2 minute video of his or her achievements,
mm,
and that video can actually be sent to
mm,
the vice chancellor. There's actually a link for that
mm,
in QUB's website. And how Queen's University Belfast is going to revolutionize students'
mm,
life,
mm.
and if that video, that 2 minute video, clicks with the vice chancellor of Queens, then student can actually avail a fully funded tuition fee scholarship.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And if a student pays before 30th of June
Mm,
their full fee and accept the unconditional offer letter, and student
mm,
can pay maybe one go, two or three goes as well. So
mm.
we can actually avail 10% more discount in terms of the tuition fee. So let's just take an example. So if the course fee is £20,000 per annum, so initially, if student gets international office scholarship, the fee will actually drop down to 17,000, because student gets straight up discount of £3,000. And if student pays the whole 1 year tuition fee, then
Mm,
student can avail 10% discount. 10% of 20,000 would be £2,000. So we
mm.
can deduct £2,000 more off. So a course tuition fee, which was actually £20,000, it can actually boil down to 15,000, which is just straight up 25% discount of the tuition fee.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, and these are the top UG courses. So I'll quickly go to the UG course just for the time constraint. So
Mm,
we have got Bachelors in Business Management. We have got LLB. We have
mm,
got BA in Film Studies. We have got BA in English. That's for Arts, Humanity, and Social Science. If we talk about EPS, we have got Bachelors of Engineering in Computer Science, Mechanical Engineering. We have got Electronics with internship. We have got Chemical Engineering as well as Aerospace. So
oh,
aerospace, that's actually my personal favorite engineering. So, and then for medicine, health and licensing, we have got UG medicine, dentistry, pharmaceutical sciences. We have got human biology as well as biomedical sciences. So, and there goes for the entry requirements for UG. So as I've mentioned, for entry requirements, if somebody is from Bangladesh board, then we can that student can go for the foundation course, 1 year in
Mm,
foundation, and then straight up start our studies just
mm,
from the first year as a normal student. And if a
mm.
student is from IB or has done A levels, then student can straight up apply to Queens according to the international requirements, and then can directly admit to our first year.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the same scholarships are actually applied on the same scholarships which are applicable on PG. Those same scholarships are actually applicable for the UG as well. Just the minimum for international scholarship that will turn out to be 2,500. Earlier it was for PG it was 2,000 pounds.
Okay.
For IELTS, as I mentioned, now we have started accepting Duolingo, IELTS, PTE. We are accepting IELTS indicator as well. So now I don't find that English proficiency has to be an excuse for anyone now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is this. So all these buildings, these are actually owned by Queens. Uh,
Okay.
and now this is our famous library. So we actually stand on number. We are actually stand on number one in terms of library. So Howard architects, they actually designed our library.
Okay.
Yeah, and in terms of graduate school, we stand on number one among the top 159 universities across the world. That's all, and we are among the top 10 accommodation providers. Top
Okay.
10 accommodation providers in the whole UK. As I've mentioned, the cost of accommodation in Belfast, that's actually that has got a minimal cost just for £500 to £600. Student can easily live there. And then we are very supportive for sports, whether it's badminton, table tennis, and then we've got many students who can actually join student groups according to their hobbies. So I
Okay.
think that's it for the slides.
Mm. Okay, so we can go back. Thank you very much, Aditya, for your nice presentation. I think lots of information, useful information was there.
Yes.
I think we can take some questions from the audience. I want to know the procedure admissions in research masters in law. Uh, Someone actually asked the questions. Yeah,
Okay. So somebody wants to go for law, right? So
yeah,
if
yeah.
yeah, so if a student is interested to go for law, then what they have to do, they have to get all their mark sheets and documentations. They need to have it, and they can actually reach out to TCL team,
Mm.
and I think you guys can actually help them out for the application.
Yeah.
So for the application,
Mm.
if I think you have an agent portal as well for that. So one student will actually provide you all the documents. So all the documents can actually be scrutinized,
Mm.
and those documents will be sent to an international office. We'll also do the assessment, and after doing the assessment, we'll give a green signal for the profile. And the minimum that we want is, I would say, the 60% for law. And for law, we have got very interesting courses as well. So we have a student can go for 2 years law, that's LLM. So it can go for international business law as well. And that's actually a very unique course because that actually comes with an internship here. So student can go for international business law with internship. And along with that, student can even go for a very interesting courses also there. That's law and technology.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's for the application. But again, we'll along with that we'll be requiring English proficiency proof as well. That can be an IELTS driving TRF, or the result from IELTS indicator, or it can be Duolingo, or it can even be PT.
Okay, thank you, Aditya. Ahmed, please, if you need more information, you can contact our team in Bangladesh, in
Yeah.
Dhaka and Sylhet. And the viewers who join from Middle East, you can contact our regional office in Kuwait and in Saudi Arabia, Riyadh. And you can also contact our head office where I'm based in Portsmouth, UK. So our service is completely free of charge. Queen, actually, our we are actually official representative of Queen University Belfast. We have been actually working for a number of years. I personally visited this Russell Group University, fantastic campus, and we have received very good feedback from our students. So, if you have any question, further inquiries, that please contact our team. Our team actually working from home at the moment, but you can reach them through WhatsApp or email. You'll find out the details in our website or our social media page. I think we can take some more questions here.
Yes, please.
Is there any campus internship facilities?
Is there any campus? I'm so sorry.
Internship facilities.
Uh,
Internship.
Okay, campus internship facilities. Yeah, without any doubt, you can actually work. You can work on campus. And along with that,
Mm,
if professors allow and if the space is there, then
mm,
you can even reach out to the professors for an internship. They can help you formally and informally as well for your
mm.
internship within the city as well as in the campuses.
Okay.
So yeah, options are there. It totally depends on the availability.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. And also MOI, that minimum instructions, is the
Yeah.
Queen is accepting from recognized university, or if they study in English medium.
Look, the students are actually given preference
Mm,
if they show their MY. But
mm,
in general, I would say to strengthen your profile, every
mm,
student must go for an English proficiency exam
mm.
because that'll actually help to cut short most of the international competition.
Okay. We've got another question. Thank you. Please, is if the student has Duolingo or IELTS indicatory score,
Yeah.
does she or he able to study precisional English?
Yeah, so without any doubt, for any of the course for that matter, if a student has got requisite scores in IELTS Indicator as well as in Duolingo, you can even apply for any of the course, not even for precisional English or even for English literature or even for psychology or any course for that matter. Student can apply for that.
Want to know scholarship opportunities for Bangladeshi students? I think we slightly actually we also actually covered this one, but we can repeat for the audience. Yeah,
Yeah,
brief.
sure. Yeah, so primarily we have got five scholarships, but
Mm,
three are most prominent that I would like to discuss here. First is
mm,
the International Office Scholarship that actually varies from £2,000 to £3,000 depending on the tuition fee. And again, I'd like to reiterate our tuition fee is actually the minimum on the whole Russell Group. And
mm,
along with that, student can even appear for the Vice Chancellor Scholarship. If student can actually mention what are the achievements that student has done during their whole life cycle, and how Queen's University Belfast will revolutionize their life and how they are going to bring change in the society. So they can compile that up, addressing the VC. They can make the video, and then if that thing clicks to the VC, then students are good to go, and the tuition fee will be covered for the respective 4 years for UG and again 2 years for PG. And
mm,
along with that, if a student is able to pay the whole 1 year tuition fee, whether in one go, two go, or even thrice, even with three terms
mm,
before 30th of June, and accept
mm.
the unconditional offer letter, then we can avail a discount, which is what we call an early bird discount or an early bird reward. It's 10% discount on the first year tuition fee. The best part is the international office scholarship as well as the early bird reward. These scholarships can actually be clapped.
Okay. Any deadline for applying that?
So any deadline for the early bird discount?
No, no, for the
Yeah,
scholarship.
yeah. So if I talk about the international office scholarship, so
Mm,
there's no extra documentation required.
mm,
So and for the VC scholarship for the interested students, the VC scholarship is still on.
mm,
And for the early bird discount, earlier the deadline was 30th of June. Now we have
mm,
actually extended the deadlines by good 60 days.
mm. Okay, thank you. We can actually just briefly touch here foundation, because you mentioned some point that Into is providing foundation. So pretty
Yes.
much the huge number of the progression degree, the students can actually progress to Queen after completing the foundation. Is that correct? Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's very well said. So, if a student is from the local board, that's what we call the Bangladesh board. If a student is from there, then
Mm,
student can straight up go for the foundational program, and then
mm,
eventually student can go for our first year in our undergraduate. I've got a very good news for the ones who actually wants to go for UG engineering, undergrad engineering, if they want to go for. We actually provide an integrated CAS for
Okay.
the ones who are going for art, engineering, and physical sciences. So it is
Mm,
something like if somebody wants to go for civil engineering and is
mm,
from Bangladesh local board, then
mm,
we can the student can go for first year into and
mm,
straight up without without any extra year, student can
mm.
jump to second year of engineering
Okay.
just as good as normal students.
Okay. So that means they will study 1 year with the into, like international year one.
Exactly. But
Okay.
there's no extra year that they have to cover, so they can straight up go for second year into the engineering.
Okay. I think it's a good opportunity.
Yeah.
This is Russell Group University Research University. So what would be your advice? Who wants to apply for the PhD courses? How
So
to
for
apply?
Yeah. So for the PhD courses, the basic requirements they will actually remain the same. And
Mm,
for PhD, I would say these are all research intensive courses. So I
mm,
would personally recommend if you have got a great passion about
mm,
research, and
mm,
along with that, I really appreciate one thing about Bangladeshi government as well, that they actually support students for whether the students are government employees or
yeah.
wants to go for certain research programs as well. So we have got certain scholarships which are actually given by the Bangladeshi government, whether it's the PM scholarship and all. So
Mm,
student can avail those scholarships, and along with that, we actually give the opportunity for self-funded students as well. They can come to Queens as and then they can fund their research, and then even we have got certain helps which can actually be done by the professors as well as the academics.
okay. And I know that for the entry, for the intakes, for the special for the research degree is flexible, like some of the university offering like a September, January, April, So how is the entry intakes? How many intakes for the research especially?
So for research, we have got right now we have got only one, that's for the September intake.
I see.
Student should be prepared for their with their documents, with
I
their
see.
letter of recommendation, with their research proposal, and
Mhm.
along with that, they can actually share the research proposal to the
Mm,
professors as well. And I would say the best part to go for the research proposal, or to show your research, is to relate with the professor's research,
yep. Yep.
so
Yep.
so that you can make a tangible bond with them,
Mm,
and then that intangible bond will actually help you out for your further placements once you complete your PhD.
okay. Thank you. Um, about the lots of South Asian students asked our colleagues about the minimum deposit payment for receiving cash. What was the
Yeah.
minimum payment the student needs to make a payment?
For the South Asian students, that's the best thing that can happen. So we are just student can pay just £400,
Mm,
and they can reserve their seat.
mm,
After let's say paying £400,
mm.
they can pay the leftover 2100 pounds to avail their cash letter.
Okay, I think
Yeah,
it's a reasonable amount.
exactly.
I think we briefly placement we just briefly touched before for masters and undergraduates some placement
Yes.
here, So is there any study abroad program as well for them if they want to, especially in undergraduate?
We have we if student wants to go for study abroad, let's
Mm,
say, then unfortunately we don't have, let's say, a generic study abroad program. But
mm,
if a student is actually enrolled in a course
mm,
which includes internship, then
mm,
how it works out is, student can
mm.
first 2 years student can study in Queens, and then for their internship they can even go further, let's say even go for Europe, or one even let's say go any part of UK, complete
Yeah.
their internship, and then
Mm.
they can come back and complete their final year degree here.
I think pretty much we cover. We could just take a couple of more questions. So, what is the employability rate, and does university help students to get a job?
Yeah. So if I talk about the employability percentage, And
Yeah.
I think we have also covered that. That's 94% of our students. They get a job within 6 months of completing their degree. And if I talk about the help that can actually be provided by the academics, that is, we've got a proper placement cell individually for our respective faculties for arts, humanity, and social science. We've got one placement cell. Same goes for EPS, engineering and physical science, and same goes for medicine, health, and life sciences. And out there, even the professors as well as the ones who are working with the placement cell, they are helping students for building up their resume, how to tackle questions in the interview, how to represent themselves in front of the corporates. Along with that, they're also helping how they can actually how to maintain their body posture. Along with that, as I've mentioned earlier as well, we are helping informally and formally as well for the students, because many of our professors, they're actually from the respective industries.
Okay.
They have got great contacts, and
Mm.
not even in UK, they can even help students to get placed all across the world. That actually brings me to a very important point as well, that we actually stand on number 16 in the whole world in terms of international outlook, which is something like what is the skill set that the students should have and that the employers are looking forward for. So you can imagine number 16. That means our students will actually be preferred wherever they go if they tell anybody that they are passed out from Queens.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Aditya. Dear viewers, thank you very much for staying us today. We try to give as many as informations to you today during our sessions. If any of the inquiries if we have, please contact our team in different offices around the world. Our team will get back to you, and our service is completely free of charge, and we can process your application for Queen University Belfast. Final few words before we finish, Aditya, from you.
Yeah. So if I talk about this global pandemic, I actually want to address this situation.
Mm,
So I want everyone that this is the situation when we can actually help each other out.
mm,
Without any doubt, the panic the panic can actually be avoided, just to stay put at their places, and look out for the Q&As that we are uploading to Queens, and the admissions are open. If
mm,
you are interested for any of the course, we are more than happy to welcome you,
mm.
and we are helping our students who are presently studying in Queens, and then we are also completely ready to welcome our students for the coming intake.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Aditya, actually, for your time. It was great to actually having you here. Actually, thank you. And thank you, viewers, for joining us today. And please contact us. Our team will help you. And stay safe and take care. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm thankful for TCL Global for taking this session. Thank you so much.
Thank you.